Löyly is situated right in the coastline of Helsinki. As we can see, the coastline is very rocky, and we didn't want to make a traditional building that is blocking this strip of park, but we more made an artificial landform. And now when the building has turned grey, it's more like a rock on the coastline.
I'm Hannu.
And I'm Ville.
And we are architects of Löyly and co-founders of Avanto Architects. Löyly is both a public sauna and the restaurant and the place to hang around in Helsinki.
In Helsinki, we used to have public saunas everywhere. Historical times, the apartments didn't have own bathroom, so you needed a place to wash yourself. In 50s and 60s, we started building private bathrooms in the apartments, so most of the public saunas vanished. Löyly was maybe one of the first that started the new sauna boom. Nowadays, when you make a public sauna, it has different function. It's not just like washing yourself, it's more like a social place where you gather, where you meet your friends, have fun.
The tradition is to go to sauna like maybe twice a week. In all families. It's just a part of the life, normal average. Not very many capital of Europe has open sea view horizon like this from the city center. This whole horizon is visible from this restaurant.
The architectural idea is very simple. We have this black box containing all the warm spaces that is covered with this wood structure that we call cloak. Here we can see how it makes also a huge sunshade for the interior space. In the summertime, when the sun comes from a very steep angle, this space with huge windows, it would be like a greenhouse, very hot, but now it cuts all the solar energy away. In the winter time, like now, when the sun is coming from the horizon, the solar energy can come in, penetrates this dark concrete floor, so we get kind of passive energy for the building. We worked on the interior together with our interior architect, Joni. The cooperation was really good. For us, it's very important that you don't see any kind of limit between the architecture and interior design.
As an architect, we often think about the straight lines and surfaces, but in this space, she kind of brought this softness into our minimalism.
We are in the showers now, and as you can see, all the surfaces are made of concrete.
All traditional saunas of Helsinki, they were made out of concrete. That's why we used concrete also here, because it's a traditional material, very durable.
Now we are outside of smoke sauna. Smoke sauna is the most traditional type of Finnish saunas. It means that there is actually no chimney. We had a lot of discussions with the fire department how we can make the smoke sauna safe, because smoke saunas tend to burn easily. So we decided that we make the whole sauna inside a concrete bunker. And we have tested it once. The sauna has already once burnt and it worked really well. We cut the air and the fire died out.
As you can see, everything is black and there's this dirt everywhere. And during the sauna session, you can also smell the smoke.
Now we are in the spa area. It's kind of an open space in between these closed blocks that contain saunas and dressing rooms.
We wanted to create a space where we can go like all together with the friends and the family and not care about the gender. You wear a swimsuit here. This bench is a special piece of wood and it's made of just one trunk because we want to show the time in our projects, and here it's a perfect piece for that because you see that it's very, very old. You see the time in these cracks and everything. And the functional use of this is that when we go from sauna to the sea and do this Avanto swimming, very often people have a specific type of shoes they put on. So this bench is used for that.
This black box, it contains the smoke sauna inside. It's an own fire compartment. If the smoke sauna would burn, or when it burns, then it burns totally safe and the fire doesn't spread to the rest of the building.
Special feature here is this cold water bucket. I don't do it now.
Please don't.
But if you want to have a really fresh experience, it's filled with a really, really cold water.
It's a bit like a labyrinth or a maze, so you kind of lose your way. That was kind of intention we had.
So this sauna space is quite small in this building, and we wanted to have a variety in this space so that it reminds us from the traditional sauna path on Finnish countryside. When we have these closed rooms and then space in between, we created a similar type of path where you don't never know what's happening behind the corner.
So you need to ask maybe people which way is it to smoke sauna. This is how even us Finns who are very shy, we take contact to other people.
Now we are in the biggest sauna, which is a once heated sauna. This big machine here is the stove, where is 1,500 kilos of stone heated for 5 hours first. Then it stabilizes for 1 hour, and then you can use this stove for more than 10 hours after. In these saunas we used very massive pine wood, which is heat treated. It lasts for a long time in this heavy use.
It's really important in the sauna design, the proportions of the space. You need certain distance from the uppermost bench to the ceiling so that you have the perfect heat.
We wanted to create what we often have on our summer cottages, which is a fireplace lounge. This space is a real social space in between the sauna sessions, and one of the important features here is that we can have a drink. And that's actually really important to have a drink in between sauna because you sweat so much during the session.
In this fireplace room, we have opened the cloak, so you have a direct view from inside to outside, like in the restaurant.
This sauna is a private sauna. Here we have a special stove, which heated all the time during the sauna session. And that makes it possible to hear burning wood.
Nice thing about this sauna space is that you can see out to the sea, but from outside you don't see in. So this cloak works like Venetian blinds.
It's hot.
You come from the saunas and you go to the sea to take a dip. Normally the sea is frozen in the winter, so we make a hole in the ice that we call avanto. It's also our company name because we want that our architecture is always an experience. You really need to feel something when you visit our building. The cloak is made of a very special product. Normally, when you grow forest, you need to harvest the very small scale tree trunks away to make space for the actual trees that are going to stay. Here, we made this very small tree trunk. We saw them, planed them, glued them to make a very nice product that doesn't twist or bend like massive wood. The special thing about the terrace is it's partly on top of the water. It's really nice to sit on the terrace because you can hear even the sound of the breaking waves.
Also, these several levels of terrace maintains view for everybody sitting here, indoors, outdoors.
Now we are in the lookout terrace, the highest point on top of the building. It's accessible for all. We never block the entrance to the building. You can climb up here, even in the nighttime. Totally public space.
When we are on the rooftop of this building, you can see at the same time the horizon and the skyline of Helsinki. And from the rooftop of sauna, you can also see the chimneys of all these different saunas.
Because we are right on the seashore, the foundations took like €1 million to do. In the springtime, when this ice on the sea is starting to melt and breaking, then the wind pushes all the huge mass of ice towards the building.
There are 1 meter thick protection against this ice under the building, made out of concrete.
Our clients understood what you can do with architecture. The building has already paid back all the money that was invested.
Löyly is the first Forest Stewardship Council certified building in Helsinki, in Finland actually.
And our clients, they were passionate about sustainability. They wanted to make everything out of FSC-certified wood.
That means the whole chain of wood production is certified. From the forest, how to grow the forest, to the sawmill, how it's cut. Also the food in the restaurant is certified. The fish served here, it's sustainably caught. We have power to affect on future by making things more sustainable and better. And we feel that we have had a wonderful life in Helsinki and in Finland and in the world. We want to preserve that for the next generations as well. That's why it's important.
Interesting thing about sauna culture is that as you take clothes off in sauna, you don't have any marks of what is your status. So everybody's equal in sauna. It's really interesting to see how it brings people together, sitting next to each other and having a conversation, and that is really important.
Most of the private saunas, you go there for contemplating. Here we were expecting to do a little bit like sacred space where you can be quiet and relax, but it turned out to be very, very social. And that was a bit surprising for us even, that people, when they relax, they start to talk with the people they don't know, and that's quite uncommon in Finland, I would say.
The first time we came into the saunas, then we had all these people around and they were really noisy and we were like, shh, this is not how you do sauna. And then we actually understood that no, you can do saunas this well as well. Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
We want to create a holistic experience, not only like a design object. That's really important for us. Also making things sustainably so that there is possibility to go to Avanto swimming for the next generations as well.
As architects, we have the possibility to improve people's quality of life, and that's really the wonderful part of our profession.